Hello there, fellow Imagineers. Taylor Ellwood here, and today I thought I would talk about why I have different zombie types in the Zombie Apocalypse Call Center series, as opposed to just going with the standard zombies. Um, really, what it boils down to is I love the whole zombie movie genre, but one thing I've noticed is that usually most of the zombies are pretty much just they're just zombies. They're just shambling along looking for brains, and I mean that's funny and interesting up to a point. But I thought with the zombie apocalypse call center that one of the things I would do was introduce different zombie types, and so in Secret Missions of the Zombie Apocalypse Call Center, I decided to introduce the super zombie by the end of the thing. And if you haven't read the book, sorry, spoiler alert, there you go. And then in Rebels, which just came out, I've introduced a few other zombie types. I'm not going to say all of them because I don't want to ruin it for you, but I will tell you a few of them. I have one that's like a night vision zombie, one that's a spitter zombie. I even have zombie dogs. And the reason why is because I thought, with zombies, why not do something a bit more fun and have different types of zombies that, the characters have to deal with. And what ends up happening is you discover, some of these zombies are more intelligent than the other ones are. You have zombies that are super hungry. They keep the basic cannibal zombies. They're going to bite you and you become a zombie unless of course you get eaten up, or you'll have but then you have your super zombies, which are just super strong variants of the different types of zombies. You'll have the spitter zombie that spits acid mucus, and the night vision zombie that is really sensitive to light, but at nighttime it's like you don't want to be out there alone with it because it can see better than you can, and so on and so forth. And I mean, in some ways, this was also partially prompted by like my love of zombies. I mean, if I look at like things that stand out to me that kind of inspired this was Warm Bodies, where you have the basic zombies, but then you have the skeletal zombies, right? The guys who basically lose all feeling and become walking skeletons. And then in Zombieland 2, you actually do have different types of zombies. You have like the super fast zombie, you have the zombie that still has a bit of intelligence left, and you have the super strong, kind of the Terminator of zombies. And I thought that was funny and hilarious, and I was like, well, I want to integrate the same thing into my own writing, albeit with somewhat of a different vein. I don't want it to be exactly the same, and so that's where I tried to come up with my own variations on that theme. But then also I think about something like some of the zombie like video games or variants thereof. Like, one that I'm playing right now actually is The Last of Us Part 2. And in The Last of Us, you have the basically these fungal zombies. Like, these people get taken over by this fungus, and they're basically that's basically what they are. And I thought, that was an interesting thing too. It's one of those cases where when I look at pop culture, I like to look at just the different takes on a given genre, because that's something that I'm going to be doing too. And of course, I want to make my own work stand out and be original in its own way, which is why I've done, thrown some interesting twists in there that you wouldn't expect to see, even if you're familiar with The Last of Us or Zombieland 2 or any of the other zombie oriented dystopic movies and fiction that's out there. And it really kind of boils down to the fact that I want to have fun with it. And for me to have fun with it means doing something different and unique in terms of what I'm developing. So, and the zombies, of course, are in my series, you know, they're the obvious antagonist, but really they're not, because they're ultimately victims. I mean, they're people that got turned into zombies by the mad scientist, Dmitri Esslinger. And so you've also got that factor into play. And one of the things I'll talk about next time in my next video is kind of the moral dilemma that I try to present in this particular series, just because I think it's an interesting one and it's fun to explore. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you next week at some point with another video.